Tell right who you are.
I'm Aishwarya. I'm a third
You had to
year.
pause. You didn't know who you were.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
She forgot. But you know, come on, tell me right you.
I'm a third year medical student.
Where are you from?
I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Everybody's from Florida in your class. That's crazy. Today we're talking about vascular surgery. We had a patient that came in with a history of a heart cath, and then they developed a blockage. So what we've got to do is we went in, fixed the blockage. I got video, I'll show you. But she was asking me about the patient because we saw him today. So I got to explain that. And this is the easiest way to do it. Okay. All right. So think of it as do a blood vessel. They stick a needle in here. Okay. So they create a hole. Got it? Mm-hmm. So once through this catheter, because this is not really a catheter, it's actually a needle. So once through that needle, what happens? So catheter here, okay? So what you have when you look at it from below is you have, from above, you have a little hole, okay? Mm-hmm. So what that perclose device does is it basically has a little string, and it has a little piece of collagen on it, and it has a bar, okay? Mm-hmm. So you basically stick that in a hole, and then you deploy it, and you put a little clip that you want to put right here, so you can think you pull it back and squeeze it, and it closes the hole, okay? So on cross section, it kind of looks like this, okay? So the problem with her was did a procedure, but when they went to do the plaque closure, the hole closure, had this debris. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine if you have a piece of debris that's actually big enough, when you pull it, you feel like that is pulling up on the vessel, but it's not, it's stuck on that plaque. And then when you put this here to clip it like we did, we talked about over here, you end up with closure of that artery. Okay? Mm-hmm. So then what we got to do is go in, make this hole bigger, go in, pull that out. So now the blood flow is going by, but you still have an artery that on the side looks like this. Okay. So then what we got to do is go in and take that out. Okay? So you can't do that through that tiny hole, so we had to make a big hole, okay? So now you have an artery that looks like this with a big hole. So the only way to fix that, because you can't close it, because if you think about it, if you close it, that artery is going to look like this. Because you just close it straight.
Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't work. So what we do is you use a patch. And it's usually made by this company. Puts a little piece of that bovine pericardium. So take a cow, heart sac, cut it out, boom. Okay? And then what you do is you take that patch and we sew it in place. And that stops the blood flow. Now, because you have this and this, if your heart's up here and your leg's down here, once you block this off, clot forms all the way back up here. Okay? Yeah. So what you got to do is you got to go back in with, it looks like a Fogarty, we call them Fogarty catheters, but it's basically a catheter that's got a balloon that you can go up and down on. So you blow the balloon up, down. When it's down, it looks like this. When you blow it up, it's like this. So you push it down, get above the clot, blow it up, and then you pull the clot out. Okay? So that's what we did. So we first went in, took this out, made this hole bigger, pulled this out, then use this to get the clot out from above, and use it to get clot from the leg from below. And then we go back in, close this hole up. Okay? So this part is, when we remove this clot, is we remove the clot with these. That's called an embolectomy. When we remove the plaque, it's called an endarterectomy. And this essentially calls a patch angioplasty, or basically patch closure.
So like, how do we know that it was occluding it completely?
Cold foot.
Okay.
Cold foot. And then the cardiologist did an angiogram, and it showed that, you know, when you see blood flow, it does like this, comes down the leg, and it goes, stops.
Yeah.
And that's the trick, is that you know that something is stopping the blood flow. Because it normally, if your blood vessels, you say it looks like this. So blood comes here, comes here, comes here. This is your aorta, your iliacs, split off. This one comes down your leg here. You know, there's a little one that comes over here. Goes to the everything else in your body. And then comes here, okay? So what happened was there was a cutoff right here that wasn't here when we started.
Yeah.
And there was no blood flow below. Because they stick the needle in here,
Yeah.
that's how you knew the problem was likely here. So that's how we did it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
And like even like the embolectomy, is that how they do like embolectomy like in other places in the body too?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Same. Anytime you remove a clot, you know, now there's some fancy ones where they have them where they have, where is it? They don't always use balloons. Sometimes they have one that has a corkscrew in it. And you twist through, pull it out, and then you go back this way. They even have some that have a little suction port on the side, and it sucks the clot out. But you know, you have to go above through with that. So
Dang, that's
cool.
super cool.
Is that it? You smart now? Say you smart. You know everything?
Yep.
Don't lie. Do you know everything?
No.
Okay.